Hey, Google, stop. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Brave in Action. My name is Heather Vickery, and I am a transformational success coach that is here to help you learn to come home to yourself, to belong to yourself before you show up in the world. What do I mean when I say that? Well, I'll tell you what. We spend our whole lives belonging to everyone and everything else. We belong to our parents. We belong to our schools, our communities, then our maybe our sports teams or our sororities or fraternities. We belong to whatever volunteer organization we work for. We belong to our kids. We belong to our partners. Here's what I want to help you shift. I am here to help you spark your own intuition, your own awareness, self-awareness, self-confidence, self-compassion, so that you belong to yourself first and then show up into all of those other spaces, because you show up differently if you are centered in and with yourself first. If you ignite your own intuition and self-awareness, and if you can light yourself up and build that from this foundation, everything changes when you go out into the world. So welcome to Brave in Action. This is my weekly live show where I share just one little tip, one little way that you can step out of fear and into bravery, igniting your own internal spark. And today's topic is one that I'm super excited about. I have promised you that I am going to share one tip, one thing that if you start doing it right now will, without a doubt, change your life. And I'm going to share that with you. I promise. But first, I want to tell you a little story. Let me share a little story. This past week, today's Thursday, I'm always live on Thursdays, I found myself experiencing massive highs of energy and excitement, and mojo is totally going, feeling great, and then really super massive lows. How many of you can identify with that? How many of you are like, oh yeah, I ride that roller coaster. I go up and I go down all the time. Okay. What past versions of me would have done is been confused or tried to power through or pretended that I wasn't having these wide range of emotions. What today's version of me, the version that belongs to myself first, that comes home to me before I show up for everyone else and with everyone else, I noticed that I was riding that roller coaster and I wanted to investigate why, what was really happening. So I spent some time thinking about what was causing me to feel the way I was feeling, and what, if anything, did I want to do about it? Did I want to just ride that wave? Did I want to just live with it? Or, which is okay, or did I want to do something to shift it? Because I promise you, when you are in this world with me, when you are in this brave world with me, we are going to be honest about our feelings. We are going to work collectively to acknowledge them, to learn from them, and never to judge them, just to explore them, to be curious about what you're feeling and why you're feeling it. Okay. So I sat with those feelings and emotions, and I was able to quickly and clearly identify what was causing them. And in the case of this week, I said, this is in my way. These feelings are things that are far beyond my control. They are in my way. I want to do something to shift it. And I actually reached out to one of my own mentors and I said, here's my situation. Here's something I'm looking for. Can you support me? And they said yes. And I love you for it. You know who you are if you're watching. Thank you. And I started taking intentional action to get myself out of a space that didn't feel good. So I practiced the one thing that I am here to share with you. The one thing that if you start doing this right now, it will shift everything. And that is awareness. Awareness is the cornerstone for any growth or any change that you are looking for in your life. You want to be aware. When we talk about the BRAVE method, which is my creative strategic approach to problem solving, dreaming, designing, building, and actually having a life that you love, awareness is key. And it shows up in all of the areas. In order to set strong boundaries, you have to be aware of what hurts, what you like, what you don't like, what you want more of, what you don't want more of. The 3 R's: reassessment, reframing, resilience. You have to be aware of your choices. What have you been doing? Do you want to keep doing it? Do you like the results of that? How have you been feeling? How have you been spending your time and your energy? More, less, stop, start, right? Reframing what has happened, what is happening, and what you've learned from it. And then being resilient, getting up and doing it again differently to see if you can elicit different responses and results that you actually want. And then the A, BRA, is action and accountability. Don't just take action, be aware of what action you want to take. Small, intentional, inspired action that you are picking. This is what awareness does for you, right? Being accountable to yourself and to the people around you in the right ways for the right reasons. You have to be aware of what those things are. Vulnerability, V in the BRAVE, the brave method. V is vulnerability. You want to be aware of just how vulnerable you want to be. What are the results you get when you choose to show up vulnerably? And what does that mean to you in the moment? Because vulnerability doesn't mean turning yourself inside out and spilling your guts for everybody. What does vulnerability mean to you? What does that look like? And how does it shift your experience in the world? And then the E in the brave method is expand and empower, which, my love, is inside work. No one can expand or empower you except you. But if you are not practicing intentional awareness, you're not going to be able to expand and empower to the degree that you could otherwise. Awareness is the counterstone, the point, the superpower that is required to create the shift and the change that you want. Awareness is such a gift, and it's a secret weapon, and it's a scary one too. Sometimes we don't want to do the work of being really self-aware because we're afraid we might not like what we find. But my love, how can you shift it or change it or fix it if you're not looking? And if you're not honest about it? You can be aware that what you need right now is to binge your favorite TV series or to shut it all down and take a bath. And you can allow that to be okay. You can be aware that what you need right now is to power it out, to get this thing done because there's going to be some result on the other side that you really want. You can be aware that that chocolate bar is absolutely exactly what you're choosing right now. You can be aware that maybe you want to do a meditation or an EFT tapping, or you want to come and chat with me because you have questions and you want to connect. Maybe you want to go for a walk. When you are checking in with yourself and when you are honest and aware of what you're picking, you're all of a sudden the one in charge of your life. You are no longer just an extra on the set of your life. You are the lead, you are the director, you are the producer, you are the writer, and you deserve to have all of those executive roles in your life. You deserve to be the CEO of your life. You are not a standby. You are not an extra on the set. You are the set. And you cannot fully do that until you practice awareness. Awareness plus willingness. And what do I mean when I say willingness? Willingness to do the hard work, to be honest, to take action. That's what equals change. Awareness plus willingness equals change. All right. So here are just a few really beautiful results, things that will show up for you if you practice powerful, intentional awareness. You are going to start to see the central themes in your life a lot more clearly. You are going to be able to recognize what you want to keep, what you want to change, what you want to invite in, and then take that intentional, inspired action and get to the creating. When you are practicing intentional awareness, you are able to share your own experiences, your own life stories with other people and illustrate for them how this intentional awareness led to your own growth and your own success. That's why I started with a story about me. But I see this with my clients all day long, every day, when we get really clear, when we're super aware of what our choices are and have been, how we want to feel, what we want to think, how we want to center ourselves in this moment in our lives, then we can show up and help other people do the same because they see us, right? We mirror for them. We model that behavior. And it's just really a beautiful way to give back to the community, to support other people. When they see you practicing inspired intentional awareness, they're going to go, oh, maybe something's possible for me if I start doing that as well. So, not only are you sparking your own intuition and awareness, you are helping ignite that spark for other people. That's my goal with you. It's my hope for you is that I can help you spark that own intuition, awareness, self-confidence, self-compassion. And then when you're lit up, you ignite everybody else. It's this beautiful, almost firework effect, right? It's a firework effect. I love it. When you are honest and practicing intentional self-awareness, you can lean into a space of freedom from guilt and judgment. Let me say that again. When you are practicing intentional self awareness, you are able to move into a space of freedom instead of a space of guilt and judgment because you will be making intentional choices and you can make them without guilt and without shame. You will be promoting your own self acceptance and your own self compassion. So, if you are like me and what you are picking is to watch Red, White, and Royal Blue again for the 18th or 118th time, but you are picking it intentionally because it's giving you joy. Yes, I'm just going to keep giving Red, White, and Royal Blue as an example because why not? If you're picking that intentionally and you know why and you want it and it's serving you, then there's no guilt or shame. If what you're picking is to power through and write out that whole new email list, that nurture sequence that you're sending to all your new clients, and it's going to be hard work and it drains you and it's exhausting, but you're going to give yourself an hour and then you're going to move on to something else, you can power through. No guilt, no shame, no self disrespect, right? All of this awareness leads to inspiration and motivation, not just for you, but for the people around you, your audience. And we all have one, whether it's just our family, our friends, whatever your community is, whoever you're spending time with, they're your audience. They're connecting with you just like you're here connecting with me, right? You inspire and motivate them to take control over their own lives, to be aware of their own experiences and make their own conclusions, their own decisions, and steer their life in the direction of their dreams. My job, my goal is to help you steer your life in the direction of your own dreams. When we practice intentional awareness, we get excited because honesty is exciting, even if sometimes scary, even if sometimes hard, even if you think, I don't want to know. I don't want to investigate that with myself because I don't want to know. I've had a client who felt that way about finances. How many of you can identify with that, right? They did not want to look at their finances because they were afraid it was going to be disappointing. And once they worked through that initial fear and looked, they surprised themselves and realized they had made significantly more money than they thought they had. And that led to joy, right? Sometimes when we hide from our awareness and from our truth, we are forcibly removing ourselves from something wonderful, right? There are so many beautiful possibilities on the other side of awareness. And I am excited for you to start practicing this. If you are curious about more tips and tricks and ways that you can practice intentional self awareness, let's chat. You can book a discovery call with me. You can send me a message, an email, a DM, and let's talk about what awareness could look like for you. We can bring in some human design stuff because depending on your human design, how you build in your awareness may shift or change. We can do the Brave method. We can do all sorts of things. I love to connect with you. I love to support you. It is always truly such a joy to be able to do that with all of you. And oh, have you guys been seeing? I've been teasing for the last couple of days that I have a big secret. I have a big secret. And stay tuned, stick around, make sure you're on my email list. Go to vickeryandco.com/social to sign up for my newsletter list, my email list, because this secret is so good. And I am not going to gatekeep it for too long, but I am going to tease you guys for just a little bit because we're not quite ready to share everything. But I promise you, this is going to light you up. It is lighting me up. And I don't think I've been this excited about something maybe ever in my entire business, which is saying a lot. It's saying a lot. Before we leave you today, I'm going to pull a Create Brave card. This is a deck of manifestation cards that I co-created with my beautiful friend, Rachel Swanson. The Create Brave deck is designed to help you guide and source your next step. Think about something in a new, unique way. It isn't about making something come true. It's about checking in with yourself and going, what does this mean for me today? How does this feel for me today? What does this message light up in me? What does this message spark in me? And be really honest. So I'm always shuffling until the card I want, just till the universe says, oh, that's it. Till the universe says, this is your card. And that was it. Let's see what it is. Teach. I don't think I've ever gotten this card in the 2 years that we've had this beautiful deck. Teach. I support others. I share my knowledge and my skill. Well, I certainly do that. And I'm doing it here with you today. I do it every Thursday in the Brave in Action live show. Thank you for joining. Thank you for tuning in. It's such a treat to have you here. But this message is not just for me, it's for you also. So, where are you leaving something on the table here? When you see this, when you look at the artwork, when you read the focus word, when you hear the affirmation, I support others. I share my knowledge and skills. What shows up for you? How can you live into this manifestation card today? Teach. We have a guidebook. I will read to you from the guidebook. Rachel and I created this. It's almost like having two coaches in your pocket, right? So just to help you guide and source that next step. The coaching guidance says, if you have something valuable to share, let me start over. You do have something valuable to share. Find opportunities to support others and be open to leading them. We teach what we most need to learn. So listen to that inner voice and see what you can share with the world. Your experiences are unique and they are stories and lessons that you could be sharing that are meaningful to others. You guys, this falls right in to the live show topic today. You can't teach if you're not aware of what you need to be showing up and speaking about. In healthy relationships of any kind, there are opportunities to be the teacher and the taught. Be open to what others can share with you and how you receive that information. Each day provides us many paths for teaching and learning moments. Build your community on trust and knowledge. This will help you grow and foster robust relationships of all kinds. This is something that comes easily to you, or is it not? This is the Create Brave prompt. Think about what is something that comes very easily to you? What is something that seems difficult for others, but you've got this in the bag? You have gifts and talents that are ready to be shared with the world, and it's time to share them. So, what is one talent or skill that you can share with someone today in any capacity? And then go out and do the damn thing. Hey, if you guys like this live show or the podcasts or any free content that I put out, the number one way that you can tell me that is actually by sharing it with others. That's the number one way. Tell other people about it, have them connect. And also, you can say thanks by giving me a tip. Essentially, you're just buying my coffee for the week. So if you go to vickeryandco.com/say thanks, you can give me a tip, whatever amount feels appropriate for you. And that lets me know that you love this free content, that you want more, that you support the work I'm out here doing. And it just helps me stay motivated to come back and do this over and over and over again. It's always such a joy and a treat to spend time with you every day, all the time, but especially on Thursdays for the Brave in Action live show. So thank you for coming. Come back next week. I will be here. In the meantime, let me know what's lighting you up. Let me know what you're aware of, what you want to shift, change, start doing. I promise you, if you choose intentional awareness, you cannot help but change. Awareness is the very first step. I believe in you. I am your biggest fan. I love to watch you win. Until next time, I'm Heather Vickery. I will talk to you soon. Remember to go out today and every single day and choose bravely. Bye now.